Marie Sendak once said, "There's more to a book than just reading." Reading today has become less popular because of technology and social media. Our lives are busier, and it doesn't seem like we have enough time for the simple act of reading. Reading has many benefits, and you probably don't know them even if you do read. Everyone should read more often. I will be going through 4 main points on why you should read more often. My first main point is that reading is enjoyable. My second main point is that reading increases knowledge and intelligence. My third main point is that reading can solve many problems. And my fourth main point is that reading is used on a daily basis. Although television and video games can be enjoyable, reading can be just as fun. My first main point is that reading is enjoyable. According to a 2013 Huffington Post called 7 Unconventional Reasons Why You Should Absolutely Be Reading, they conducted a study that says reading overcomes stress. Instead of watching crime news or violent TV shows, you can read a book and overcome stress easily. The study also showed that reading can overcome stress better than drinking coffee, going on a walk, or listening to music. According to a 2007 Brad Isaac blog post called 26 Major Advantages to Reading, he said that reading at your own pace is a reason that reading is enjoyable. Instead of having to meet a deadline for a school book, you can read at your own pace and enjoy the book further. As a review of my first main point, reading is enjoyable because it reduces stress and you can read at your own pace. My second reason that you should read more often is because it's beneficial to your knowledge. My second main point is that reading increases knowledge and intelligence. According to a 2008 New York article called "Are You Really Reading?" said that standardized testing has declined or stagnated throughout the past few years. This is to blame on social media. We are more influenced by Facebook and Twitter instead of reading a book. A 2007 blog post by Brad Isaac called 26 Major Advantages to Reading showed that reading is an active mental process. We use our fundamentals and basic skills from elementary school that we learned and use them throughout our lives. Reading requires concentration and interpretation, which is why it's so beneficial because it increases our knowledge. Reading also expands your vocabulary. No matter what book you read throughout your lifetime, you will always come across words that you don't know. You can look these up or use context clues to find out the real meaning of these words and expand your vocabulary. If you have an expanded vocabulary, you will sound smarter in social situations. As a review of my second main point, reading is beneficial to your knowledge. Joseph Addison once said, "Reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. If you're not using your memory, you're losing your memory." My third reason that everyone should read more often is because it can be a solution to problems. My third reason is that reading can solve many problems. According to the 2013 Huffington Post called 7 Unconventional Reasons Why You Should Absolutely Be Reading, said that in its study from 2001 by the National Proceedings of Sciences, that brain activities can help reduce the risk of Alzheimer's. Reading is a brain activity because it stimulates your brain and requires concentration and interpretation. If you read more often, you will be less susceptible to developing Alzheimer's at a later age. Reading is also better for sleeping. Instead of watching a bright television with loud noises at night, you can read a book in the quiet, peaceful comfort of your own bed, and it will help you fall asleep better. According to the 2007 Brad Isaac blog post called 26 Major Advantages of Reading, reading is good for awkward situations. If you're at an event where you don't know anybody, you can bring up a book as a topic of discussion. This could even lead to great friendships. Reading is also inexpensive compared to movies. Movies and books both cost about $8 to $10 to provide a little entertainment. A movie will only last 1 to 2 hours, whereas a book will last you for a couple days. Therefore, reading is beneficial. As a review of my third main point, reading can solve many problems in our daily lives. My fourth reason that everybody should read is because we use reading in almost every aspect of our daily lives. My fourth main point is that reading is used on a daily basis. A scholarly journal by Rose Orditz called "Increasing Student Awareness on the Importance of Reading," she conducted an experiment in 2009. This experiment showed where she passed around a piece of paper where at the top it said, "Sign here, please." At least half the class signed the paper before someone stopped her and asked her a question. At the bottom of his paper it said, I can attend school on this holiday. At least half the class signed it before this girl spoke up and said I can't attend school that day. Almost the entire class had no idea that what they were signing. A lesson can be learned from this because we should always read what we sign or we don't know what we're getting ourselves into. A 2007 newspaper article by the Examiner Enterprise called Americans Reading Less showed that there's a significant difference of intelligence from 9 to 11. Dana Gioa says that at age 9, students bring home books daily and are very interested in reading at this age. By age 11, we're less likely to read because we are sidetracked by social media such as Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. These technologies take over our lives and we lose our interest of reading. If we are reading less, our country will be less intelligent in the future years. As a review of my fourth main point, we use reading in almost every aspect of our lives. It is important that children and teens are encouraged to read more often. Everybody should read more often. As you now know, reading is an important aspect of our lives. It supplies enjoyment, knowledge and intelligence, and solutions to problems. Take it from my personal experience. At the beginning of the year in January, I didn't like reading very much. I found a book that my friend suggested to me and I read it. I read it actually more than once because I loved it so much. After this point, I couldn't put books down. Even to this day, I read every day as often as I can. Reading is one of the greatest pleasures of life. You should experience this too. I want you to go out and buy a book and just try it for yourself to see the benefits for yourself. Everybody should read more often. As a review of my 4 main points. My first main point is that reading is enjoyable. My second main point is that reading increases knowledge and intelligence. My third main point is that reading solves many problems. And my fourth main point is that reading is used on a daily basis. Everybody should read more often. Thank you.